I want to let everybody know that I am discussing sexual assault in my poetry. And if you're not comfortable with this topic, we ask that you please step into the lobby at this time. Everyone good? All right. Well, this is about to get very serious, so I need everybody's attention so that you can get the story at hand. Everyone's ears and eyes are probably already open, so I need you to open up your heart too, so that you can fully understand. You see, what we go through in our past is what creates each person, but for some reason there's still this layer of BS that we're always rehearsing. Everybody's taking shots and smoking weed to feel numb, but it's just the facade of a lifestyle that is empty and cold. There's so much more to each and every one of us. We just feel like it's not supposed to be told. Because we all boast this liberal education and claim that we have a fine-tuned perspective. But unless you actually try to apply it in real time, then it's completely ineffective. Because you can hear all my words and still be deaf to the tone, so I'm gonna lay it out very clearly so that this message hits home. There was this beautiful girl with these big bright eyes. She had the face of an angel and she's still loved by all the guys. And when we first met, well, I didn't stare at her titties, at her booty, or her hips, because I was too caught up in the warmth of her voice and the movement of her lips. But it didn't take me long to realize that the warmth in her voice wasn't real. You see, she always avoided talking about herself in the way that she feels. I asked her about it, and she said she was all good, but I could see through the fake. You see, she wasn't perfectly happy, just like she likes to say. Because she's human, like you and like me. And we all hide fears. Her eyes were big and bright from all the times that she held back tears. And every time that she would laugh, her eyes dropped straight to the floor. She did that to hide her quivering lip. I hadn't noticed that before. You see, she knows what people want to see, and so she's learned to fake it, because it's easier to fake your happiness than to admit that you can't take it. Because I have terrible vision, but even I can see clear that this girl had the kind of smile that she had to practice in the mirror. I thought about it one day when I was walking back from class. I saw her sitting in the patio by the brew with her back to the glass. She was alone, drinking coffee, doing homework in solitude. I walked over, and for a second, neither of us was talking. She noticed me and tried to wipe one of the tears from her eye. And I told her, hey, don't worry about it. Everybody needs a good cry. Whatever you're sad about, it'll eventually scatter. You just gotta remember the number one thing, that you matter. She took another moment and then told me that nobody cared. I felt so sad for this girl. I sat down and I told her not to be scared. You see, a woman is a person. She's not some trophy or otherwise. So this message is for everybody, but especially the guys. To all you confused young men thinking that the world wants you to be a player, you gotta remember that you'll leave a woman bloody, broken, and bruised after you slay her. This girl, this woman, she opened up to me and told me that she was a victim of sexual assault. And that she wasn't reporting it because it was somehow all her fault. She didn't want to be ridiculed or known as a whore or a slut, so instead she turned to abusing alcohol and she had started to cut. You see, this girl, she just emailed her professor hoping for some extra credit. And he replied, yeah, of course, and I know just how you can get it. And so she knocked on his office sometime around 4, and she walked in and sat down as he was closing the door. And he said, what can I do for you? And she said it right back. And then he put a hand on her shoulder and started to massage her back. And so she closed her eyes and she caught her breath and she let him have his way. And this monster scarred her for life, and all for what, a bump in her GPA? She still doesn't want to come forward, and she tells me that she feels so alone, and sometimes when it's dark outside, I get a text because she's afraid to walk home. We're supposed to be aware, not just of ourselves, but of others, and beyond just the Greek statistics of your sisters and your brothers. Because as we all know well and good, life sucks. And then you gotta go. So I challenge everyone in here to be there for somebody that you barely know. Thank you.